न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम् नेमा विद्युतो भाति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम् तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. Arya Samaj is an institution of learning. It is not a cult where you do whole day rituals and there is no lesson given. Last night I learned something, that even if something is true and you believe it to be true, but if it will cause problem, don't say it. Well, my guru did not tell me this. Dayanand says, once truth is found out, accept it and reject falsehood at once. Don't wait. Don't compromise truth. Today, I will speak to you. You might find me repeating myself, but I have to do this because I want you to get it good in your head. You will go outside, you will preach. Every Arya Samaj is supposed to be a preacher. This is what Professor Bhaskaranan told me. Every Arya Samaj should be a preacher. The word prarabdha, fate and destiny, are synonyms. They mean the same thing. Nothing different. We were told that God Brahma has written the destiny on our forehead. And some people believe that it is written in the palm of your hand, the marks, you see. And what Brahma has ordained cannot be averted. No one can prevent it from happening. This is how we were told, that what is to be will be. Now, if this is true, then this God who we worship is very unfair, unjust. Like any other mortal king, dispenses his favors according to his own will and pleasure, his own whims and fancy, sometimes justly, sometimes unjustly, always partial and inconsistent. I'll show you how. Now this can be no God at whose feet a devotee can offer his heart of love in total surrender. He has destined the fate of those born in the third world country like Africa, Ethiopia, Somalia and all these places. You have seen it on the Vision TV. Who from very childhood suffer the agony of diseases, deformity, starvation and other degrading circumstances. And others are born in heaven-like countries, like we are in Canada, different to the third world country. We are in heaven, compare, where we enjoy life of plenty. There are also some believe that this is the first time we have come to live on earth, that we never lived before, and after we have passed away, we will never come back, not born again. And after death, we will never come back, everyone has to wait until the day of judgment. When we used to go to Sunday school, they were teaching us this. And when the trumpet will be sounded, then the dead will rise from the grave and stand in front of the Creator God for trial. And then the righteous ones will be put in a place called heaven. I don't know where that is, but this is what we were told. And to enjoy milk and honey. Well, the last time I said that I am enjoying milk and honey every morning with my milk and cornflakes and honey. So I am in heaven. And the sinners will be pushed into hell of fire to burn there for all eternity. Let me repeat what I said before. We have fire here, which in 10 minutes can make this body become ashes. And God is pushing you into a fire to be burnt there for all eternity. What kind of fire is that? We were told that God is love. In Trinidad, this was a password, you know. Oh, God is love, man. God is love. If we never lived here before, then who is responsible for this double standard and this injustice in our present life? Who is responsible for it? It is a general belief that God is love. How can He push His children? You are a human being, can you do this? How can God push His children whom He so loved into eternal hell of fire for sins committed only a few years or even a whole lifetime? Can you compare our one lifetime to eternity? What will be the situation of those people whose bodies are being cremated? They have no grave to raise from when the trumpet blows. In such a case, there is no grave. Now, Ramayana says, Kala karma hi Ishwar hi mithya dosha lagaya. Some people blame Kal, time. They say this is Kali Yuga, and we cannot help doing what we are doing. And they blame destiny. Brahma has written it, and that has to be. Karma and Ishwar, God, blame God. Some people say, Ishwar teri iksha is the desire of God that I should punish. There are some who blame the stars. The stars and the 9 planets. Now Graha. Graha means planet. The earth is a planet. If you take a park, well, when I used to plant, I used to park the earth, but the earth never cries because it has no feelings. It cannot hear, cannot feel. The 9 planets, the Navgraha. And to save ourselves from calamity and disaster, a Brahman priest, you got to be a Brahman by birth, has to be employed to do this Navgraha Puja for you, to worship these 9 planets, these dead inert planets, to be worshipped. Then only you can be saved from your calamity. But when the child of the Brahmin priest becomes ill, why he doesn't do some Navgraha Puja? Why you have to run to the doctor and the hospital? Why not the priest do some Navgraha Puja for his child or his relatives? Why take the child to the doctor? Why take the child to the hospital? And what about the rest of the world? The people of the different culture, People have different tradition, different language. They know nothing about Navgraha Puja. Stars and planets are products of dead inert matter. Matter is unconscious by nature, has no feelings. It cannot see, cannot hear, nor feel. According to the Vedas, every individual is an architect of his own fate. No Brahma has written anything on your forehead or your hand. Each one is responsible for his own suffering, his own destiny. And he is a builder of his own future destiny. Tulsidas has it clearly written in the Ramayana. And you can understand, if I am reading it, you can understand because it's very simple. Karma pradhana vishwa rachiraka jo jasa kiye so tasa phala chakha. God has created this entire universe and everything in it on the principal basis of karma, cause and effect. Jaisi karni, vaisi bharni. As you sow, so shall you reap. Cause and effect is the very basis of this physical universe. If you sow, you reap. If you don't sow, you don't reap. What you do? You steal, you loot, you plunder, you infringe upon the rights and the liberties of others. This is, if you don't sow, you don't reap, but you steal, you plunder. The highest good of all is the object, is the purpose of nature, of this wondrous system of nature. And the divine institution fulfilling this mission in a wondrous and sublime manner. The eternal law of nature, of God, is immutable, unchangeable, and it is the divine code of perfect legislation. There is no mistake. There is no accident in divine law, in nature's law. You violate nature's law, you pay for it. And it is the breathings from the essence of the divinity itself, and it is the modes in which the divinity exists, rules and governs his creation. He has no vigilant, watchful, conspiring, dishonest, corruptible policeman to watch over us and to keep a record of whatever we do. No. The divine institution is not susceptible of such weaknesses. It's a human frailty. Everyone's memory is his own infallible record keeper. Nobody is noting down Chitragupta, as we were told. And the sense organs through which we experience pleasure and pain is the omnipresent police, whose mission is not to punish us, but to teach us lessons. When a mother beats the child, it's not because the mother hates the child, it's to teach the child a lesson and to reform us. In God's government, my dear friends, there is no day of judgment. Every moment, every day, we are being judged. And in God's government, there is no law courts where lawsuits are being decided, but the social feelings The affections and emotions are the interior chambers of the mind, where reason sits on the throne of perpetual judgment. This is Vedic philosophy. This is not little Nancy stories. This is the universal machinery employed in the institution of nature. And it is so regulated that the personal good of each on the whole consists in the good of all. That is written in our 10 principles of Arya Samaj. Consequently, this law, this divine law, recognizes no special obligation, no individual isolated rights, and this law is a respecter of no special person or persons. One way the whole current of nature flows, and no violation of this common course is possible without involving the transgressor in the consequences of the transgression. You see, a computer chip is a small thing. This guy told me that. It's a small thing, but it contains numberless information. He just have to press a button and say, here it is. But it has the capacity to contain enormous amount of information. But the mind, our mind, has the capacity to retain the impressions, the sanskars of many, many lives. Every action of an individual is recorded in the subconscious mind. Nobody keeping a book, like we heard the Puranic tales. So long as the soul is subject to the cycles of birth and death, the mind remains with it. Only when the soul becomes free, this is called nirvana, free from the cycles of birth and death, as emancipation, the mind is automatically relinquished. So, my dear friend, the destiny, the fate, or the prarabdha, call it whatever you like, mean the same thing, is our own making. See, again I'm saying, man is the architect of his own fate and a builder of his own future destiny. So this is all for now. And I want you all always remember this, and you must go outside and preach it. Tell people this. Otherwise, you're coming here uselessly. You come, this is an institution of learning. You have to learn. I've given you a little bit. 1 teaspoon, and swallow it, and go outside, preach it, tell people this. You may be asked a question, somebody asks you a question, you must have the answer readily to tell them. This is what Arya Samaj is for. Swami Dayanand was one man. He had no Arya Samaj then. He went to Chandapur Mela and he put up this banner, Pakhand Khandani Pataka. In India, among these millions of Hindus, and they threw snake on him, stones, dirty things they threw on him, but he never stopped. Pakhand Khandani Pataka. And we have Samaj today. We have so many people and we are scared to speak the truth. We don't want to bring out the truth because somebody is going to get annoyed. Swami Dayanand, one man, he don't think of somebody is going to be annoyed with him. So every Arya Samaj should be an ambassador. And this is the message this month. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pandit Sitaram. I'll just take about 2 or 3 minutes of your time